Proline is one of the most interesting amino acids. It's cyclic, and I'll draw it first so you can understand what I'm talking about. Here's the alpha carbon and the carboxyl group. And the amino group, or amine group. And proline will have 3 carbons, and the last carbon will form a bond with that amino group of the protein backbone. And so you can see it here on the right side. You have your alpha carbon, carboxyl group, and amine group. And the side chain is forming a bond with that amine group. So here's your alpha carbon in the side chain. So proline is a special case. Like glycine, it's has interesting characteristics, I suppose you'd say, in that it doesn't really fit into the other groups. Proline, listed here as minus 1.6 on the hydropathy index column. And that means it's slightly hydrophilic, which is not what I would expect it to be. But that's what they're showing here. So proline, the symbols are PRO and P. It is non-essential, so the human body can make it from glutamate. And I guess I'll just show that real quick. So glutamate is going to have a negative charge here, actually. So the first thing that would happen is this would be removed, and then this carbon would have a double bond formed with that first nitrogen. And then that bond would end up being converted into a single bond. Sorry. Not sure what's... So this should look like what we saw before. Sorry. So you have your alpha carbon here and the 3 carbons on the side chain forming a cyclic I'm not sure what word I would use to describe that, but a cyclic geometry. Proline is named after this pyrrolidine, or pyrrolidine, and it's essentially the same thing where you have 4 carbons and a nitrogen, and you can see that here, 4 carbons and a nitrogen. We saw before that proline, I think we maybe talked about it briefly with glycine, but proline on this helical penalty table here is essentially an outlier. All the amino acids kind of smoothly increase, and then glycine kind of jumps up a little bit, and then proline is way off the chart as being unfavorable in the alpha helix. And that's because it kind of produces a kink in the protein backbone. Proline is number 12 on our list, but if you sort by occurrence in humans, it's actually sixth on the list here. So it's a little bit more abundant and useful in eukaryotes and in humans compared to all of the domains of life taken together. Part of that might be its use in collagen. If you look at the makeup of collagen, it's mostly glycine, but then proline is a good 12.5%. And collagen makes up 25 to 35% of the proteins in the body. So a large portion of your body is, not a large portion, but proline weighs in a little heavier than the other amino acids. It's actually hydroxyproline. So it's proline, but there's a hydroxyl group added on. That's how it shows up in collagen. It's a post-translational modification of the amino acid and of the protein. I think that's everything, except I was going to mention that it's the genetic code is the four codons that all start with cytosine, 2 cytosine nucleotides, followed by any other. You can see that here a little easier, CCN as the genetic code.